Testing 1, 2. I think we're back on with the audio, folks. Apologize about that. You've been able to see the actions. The video did remain live. Two foul balls by Rivera, with Martucci at second base after two errors by Heidick. That's hit in the air, right field, going out and coming in at the last second and losing the ball in the sun is the right fielder, Siswo. Martucci advances, and Rivera goes all the way to second base. And we have to give an error to the right fielder. Pinch hitting for Alex Weinstein is number 12, Stefan Segan. So Rivera reaches on an E9 drop fly in right center and advances. And Martucci advances on the error. Sixth error, third in the inning on the Raptors. So if Rodriguez can keep the shutout intact, as we were saying, that would tie the record for most shutouts in a career. It's been done by three other pitchers having two. Doesn't sound like a lot, but there haven't been a lot of shutout games pitching in the NJAC. A league that puts up a lot of runs. And a win would put Rodriguez into a tie for 23rd place in career victories. Or actually, I'm looking at the wrong column here. Tie for 9th place in career victories. The record is 12, done by 4 players. Segan hitting 154, takes a strike, so it's 2-1. That's fouled away. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third, aided by 3 errors. Segan whiffs at the meatball. And there's 1 away. The catcher, or pinch hitting for the catcher Bolano, is number 41, Mike Cassiano. So Mike Cassiano hitting 161 comes to the plate. Cassiano started the year as a starting catcher but has not been hitting. The 1-0 pitch. That's a fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Cassiano started the year with a Caribbean necklace that he was wearing, and he's lost that. Maybe a superstitious thing. And that's a foul tip off the catcher's mask. 1-2. Way outside. And it's 2-2. In the third inning in softball, it's now 6-2 Newark. Rebecca Satz is 0 for 2, though. Cassiano swings and misses. Back-to-back strikeouts for Collins. Pinch hitting for Rob Roman is number 25, Matt Loose. So Matt Matlos, the batter for the Gothic Knights, who's missed much of the season with an injury. Matlos, a sophomore from Clark, New Jersey, Arthur L. Johnson High School, 6 foot, 175 pounds. And that is a ball, and it's 1-1. Matlos 1 for 4 with an RBI. He had a hit in his first career at bat for the Gothic Knights before being retired the last 3 plate appearances. But not that time, as he drops it through the left side of the infield for an RBI as Martucci scores. The throw will not be made, and Rivera does come around as well. It's a 2-run pinch hit single for Matt Matlos, and the Gothic Knights lead 15-0. And the right fielder, number 32, Matt Wagner. So Matt Matlos in 1 at bat brings his batting average up to 400 from 250. You can only do that when you've had 5 at bats on the year. First pitch to Wagner is a ball. Matt Wagner. Fine day. He's 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. That is high, and it's 3-0. Fastball right down the middle. That's a called strike. "15 runs, 16 hits, 1 error for the Knights. No runs, 7 hits, 6 errors on Rutgers-Camden. And that's high for ball 4. Matlos advances to second base, and that brings up third baseman number 19, Brian Bastillo. That is the 4th walk allowed by Rutgers-Camden pitching. The Raptors have allowed 10 earned runs out of the 15 in this game. That's high. High and inside. It's the second time that Brian Bastillo's had the duck for a ball headed for his noggin. Matlos to lead off second base. That's a called strike. That's low, and it's 3-1. 2 outs here, bottom of the 7th inning. The Knights, the most runs they've scored in the game this year. Chopped in front of the plate, the new catcher, number 44, Demento, able to make the throw in time, meaning the inning comes to a close. In the 7th inning for NJCU, 2 runs on 1 hit. There were 3 errors and 2 left on. We head to the 8th inning. NJCU leads 15-0. Now catching for NJCU is number 41, Mike Cassiano. Now playing first base is number 12, Stefan Segan. So among the changes, Mike Cassiano. Now catching, Stefan Segan at first, and the new third baseman, Kevin DeMauro, who played third base yesterday for the first time. Pinch hitting for Molino is number 32, Ryan Griffith. And ground ball on the first pitch to Griffith. And the throw, slow and deliberately, but in time, is made by Senizin. The left fielder, number 30, Albert Rivera. Wendell Rodriguez chugging along nicely here. 102 pitches, 64 strikes, seeking the complete game victory. The number 2 pitcher left healthy in the lineup for the Knights. And a curveball is a strike. Ground ball. Senizin dives, knocks it down. And all that does is prevent the ball from going to the outfield. It is an infield single by Rivera. His third hit of the game. He has 3 of the Raptors' 8 hits. Designated hitter, number 14, Pierce Phillips. So Phillips with a man on, and that's chopped foul. Throw back to first, and diving back in safely is Rivera on ball 1. Popped in the air, foul territory. Segan giving chase in front of the fence, is not able to make the catch as it drops about a foot in front of the fencing in front of the Rutgers-Camden fans that are starting to show up now. When we looked over before, there was maybe 5 fans there. It's probably about 3 times that many now. The throw by Cassiano is in time. So Rivera is thrown out 2-4, caught stealing. And it'll be a 2-2 pitch here to Phillips with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. That's hit in the air, foul. Senizin and also Segan giving chase. And Senizin slides and is unable to make the catch. Hit in the air, left field, right at Andrew Rivera. Comes in a few paces now and makes the catch to retire the side. In the 8th inning for the Raptors, no runs, 1 hit, nobody left on. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning in Game 1. NJCU leads 15-0. Remaining in the game and playing shortstop is number 32, Ryan Griffith. So Pete Senizin leads off for the Gothic Knights here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 3 new position players for the Raptors. Michael Love, now the right fielder. Wayne Ferret is the new left fielder, and the new center fielder is Nico Escrow. 3-0 pitch, and walking on 4 pitches is Senizin to the new pitcher King. Eddie King, a freshman from Riverton, New Jersey, Holy Cross High School. Pinch hitting for Patterson is number 22, Travis Haber. So Travis Haber, still looking for his first collegiate hit, comes to the plate. Haber's had 3 at-bats. And amazingly, though, think about this. He's had 3 at-bats, but 7 plate appearances. He has walked 4 times. Without an at-bat, without a hit, an official collegiate hit, he has a .571 on-base percentage. It's not easy to do. 1 ball and 1 strike. And is fouled between first base and Matt Soleno, the first base coach, who's not even flinching. You can tell that Coach Soleno was a former football coach just by his reactions to that foul ball. Curve ball, very high. Two balls and 2 strikes. Outside, and it's 3-2, and the very patient Haber trying to work out another walk. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Haber goes down swinging. Oh, they're saying no. They're saying he foul tip, so he stays alive. Got just enough of it. So we'll do it again. That's in the dirt. Now Haber gets his 5th walk of the year. And Senizin advances. Pinch hitting for Martucci. Number 21, Juan Cruz. Juan Cruz hitting 196. That's off the outside corner of the plate for strike 1. Travis Haber now with 5 walks. That is tied for the 3rd most on the team for a player who's only had 8 plate appearances. And you're going to get a lot of pinch hit at bats if you're a young player, if you can draw walks. That's in the dirt, so it's 1-2 to Juan Cruz, who will likely come in the game and play shortstop. The only positions Cruz has not played this year: catcher, center field, and left field. And that's lined. Diving and making the catch up the middle is Heidick. The throw back to first. And there's a lot of confusion on the field. First of all, Heidick, when he dove, looked like he came up lame with his wrist. They're saying that he dropped the ball, folks. They're saying that he trapped it. He did not catch it. But Haber is out at second base because there's 2 runners at the same base. So Cruz will get on, I guess, on a fielder's choice here. The left fielder, number 1, Andrew Rivera. And Rivera deposits a base hit to right field, and Pete Senizin comes home to give the Gothic Knights a 16-0 lead. First baseman number 12, Stefan Segan. And it looks like the second baseman, John Heidick, has been ejected from the game for arguing that call up the middle. So Segan at the plate. We have a new second baseman. The DH Pierce Phillips goes in and plays second. That's off the plate, and it's 1-1. That's fouled right back at me. Two balls and one strike. To Catino noticing how I didn't even flinch at that. That's low. 3 balls and 1 strike. NJCU 16 runs. That's the season high. 17 hits and 1 error. Rutgers-Camden no runs, 8 hits and 6 errors. That's hit in the air. Straightaway center field. Now coming in on the run a little bit and making the catch is the new center fielder Escrow in the inning. Now has 2 outs. Rivera and Cruz remaining on base. The catcher, number 41, Mike Cassiano. Mike Cassiano, who struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. And he takes a strike 1. This game, a little bit over 2.5 hours old. We'll have another one coming up 30 minutes upon conclusion of the first game. That's off the plate. Gets away from the catcher. Everyone advances, and no throw will be made. So a wild pitch on King. And it's 1-1. That's chopped foul. Softball team is beginning to rally a little bit. It's now 6-4. In the dirt, blocked by the new catcher, Demento. Two balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Cassiano, popping in the air, foul territory, but it's going to be out of play. In the 5th inning, Rebecca Satz for softball reach on a fielder's choice. Hitting streak is in jeopardy. And Cassiano lines that to right center, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Cassiano rounds first. He's on his way to second. The throw is not able to be held, and Cruz, who scores from third, is followed home by Rivera, and it's a 2-run double by Mike Cassiano, and the Gothic Knights lead 18-0. We're going to have to do some research to find out when the last time NJCU scored 18 runs in a conference game. The designated hitter, number 25, Matt loose. We have to do a little bit of research now. Swing and a miss. That's a strike. Prior to this game, NJCU had scored in double figures 5 times this year, most recently against Kings on Tuesday. The high was 12 runs in a 7-inning game against Leslie on March 13th. The winning pitcher in that game was Zach Markle, who will be the pitcher in Game 2 today. Swing and a miss, and Matlos goes down on strikes. And the inning comes to a close. In the 8th inning for the Knights, 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 left on base. We head to the 9th inning. It's 18-0. The center fielder, number 28, Nico Escrow. So the 9th inning now, and Wendell Rodriguez, first pitch inside against Escrow, who's hitting 200 on the year, and Wendell Rodriguez looking for the complete game shutout. It would be his 3rd complete game of the year and his 2nd career shutout. He will win, barring a miracle, to improve to 3-3 and pick up his 9th win of the season. 1-1 pitch. That's off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now, the 18 runs today is the most in scoring 26 against John Jay on March 29th of last season, a 26-21 win. Ground ball foul. NJCU's scored 16 runs in a 19-16 loss to Ramapo last year. Wendell Rodriguez, the 2-2 pitch. Escrow calls time. That's ball 3. NJCU scored 16 runs against Montclair State in 2008, 15 runs that year against Rutgers-Camden. That's a ground ball to Segan. The throw in time for the first out. The right fielder, number 41, Michael Love. So Love hitting .250 will get his first at bat of the game. Still trying to find out when the last time the Knights scored 18 runs in an NJAC game as Wendell Rodriguez throws ball 1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. This might require a little research. That's lined right at Segan. On a hop, froze, and dug out by Cassiano, who looks like he's been playing first his whole life. 2 away. Pinch hitting is number 23, Connor Hall. So Connor Hall will pinch hit here. Last chance for the Raptors, and you have to believe there really isn't much of a chance. And there's a security issue. Let me take a quick timeout to see what's going on. So we had a quick timeout as security had to remove one of the Rutgers-Camden parents who was not very happy about one of the recent calls, but he won't be around to watch the second game of today's doubleheader. Site supervisor Pete Vincent making sure the irate fan picks up his belongings and heads back to his car in the parking lot. Pete Vincent, who in his past life was a bouncer for Guns N' Roses. That's not true. So as they settle things down here, Rutgers-Camden is down to its last out, with the Gothic Knights leading 18-0. That's a ball. Curveball. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike. Pitch by Rodriguez is fouled away by Hall, and the Raptors are 1 strike away from being shut out substantially. Two balls, 2 strikes. Wendell Rodriguez trying to finish what he started. That's ball 3. The 3-2 pitch by Wenrod is hit in the air, shallow right field. Matt Wagner shields his eyes from the sun and lost the ball. And that will be, it's going to be a double because clearly Wagner lost the ball in the sun. Third baseman number 43, Christopher Bell. That should have ended the game. Ground ball over the head of Segan. Andrew Rivera comes up throwing. And it's a base hit for Bell. And Rutgers-Camden has a runner at third trying to break up the shutout. First baseman, number 31, C.J. Mooney. So, what looked like it would be a clear-cut 1-2-3 ninth, suddenly Rutgers-Camden trying to get on the board. And Rodriguez steps off. A little miscommunication there is a missed sign by one of the infielders. Mooney looks at ball one. Mooney in today's game is 1 for 3 with a single. Rodriguez up to 127 pitches. It's a called strike. 1-1. Bell advances on defensive indifference. Pitch by Rodriguez. That's ball 2. Two and one, pitch 130 from Wenrod, trying to finish this one off. And that's hit in the air. Center field, DeMoro goes over in the gap and makes the catch to keep the shutout intact. Chalk up the W for the Gothic Knights. NJCU in game one of our doubleheader obliterates Rutgers-Camden 18-0. In the ninth inning for Rutgers-Camden, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 left on. Our final score in game one of our doubleheader, New Jersey City, 18 runs, 18 hits, and 1 error. Rutgers-Camden, no runs, 10 hits, and 6 errors. With the win, the Gothic Knights improve to 10-13, 1-4 in the league. Game 2 will begin in roughly 30 minutes. So NJCU ties the win total from last season in just game 23 of the 2012 season. So a drastic improvement. We'll see if the Gothic Knights can sweep the doubleheader. Game 2 will begin in 30 minutes. We'll take a look at the final stats. So before we sign off, as NJCU scored 18 runs, 18 hits, and everybody involved in this one. Andrew Rivera with 4 RBIs. He was 3 for 6 with 3 runs scored. Pete Senizin was 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored. Orlando Bolano was 2 for 4 with 2 runs. Matt Wagner was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Brian Bastille was 2 for 5 with 2 runs and an RBI. When we go down the lineup, everybody pretty much involved. Michael Martucci had a hit and a run scored. Alex Weinstein had a hit, an RBI, and a run scored. Mike Cassiano had a pinch hit, 2-run single. Rob Roman was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Everyone involved today, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players had hits today for the Gothic Knights. Pitching-wise, Wendell Rodriguez with a complete game, 130-pitch shutout, allowed 10 hits, struck out 2, walked 2. He improved to 3-3. Rutgers-Camden finished with 10 hits. Only players with multiple hits was their leadoff batter, Albert Rivera, who was 3 for 4. So that will do it for Game 1. New Jersey City with a dominant 18-0 win. And as we eat lunch, we'll try to find out when the last time the Knights scored 18 runs in an NJAC game. It's been a while. NJCU victorious in Game 1, 18-0. We'll be back for Game 2 at approximately 2:45.